Right, so let's begin from here and let's try and look at the chronology of the event that happened with the arrest of Nayele. On November 16th, 2014, a lady was busted at the Heathrow airport. Now, the news that trickled in indicated that she was carrying 12.5 kilograms of cocaine into the United Kingdom, and so the authorities there busted one Nayele Ametefe there at the Heathrow Airport. Now, between November 16th and November 23, a lot of issues surrounding this particular arrest happened. Now, on November 17th, government denied the fact that Nayele was carrying a diplomatic passport. One of the media houses in Ghana reported that the lady who was arrested at the Heathrow Airport on November 16th was carrying a diplomatic passport, but government denied it. And again, on November 17th, the City FM boss, Samuel Atamensa, was invited by the Bureau of National Investigations. The reason was that his media house has published the fact that the lady was carrying a diplomatic passport. The BNI wanted to find out a few things about him, so he was invited. Now, on November 22nd, President John Mahama dissolved the board of the Narcotics Control Board. And if you remember, it led to a lot of issues about what really went wrong or what has happened and why the board was dissolved. Let's look at what happened on November 23. Quite a crucial date here as far as this case is concerned. Now, 9 people were arrested in connection with this particular arrest at the Heathrow Airport. Now, these 9 persons who were arrested were said to have allegedly aided and abetted the crime that was committed, the smuggling of cocaine to the United Kingdom. Now, on November 25, a deputy director at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ABL Ashitiama, was picked up as part of the 9 people. And also, on November 25th, the Minister of Finance, Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration came out and said that Nayele Ametefe said that she thought she was carrying gold and not cocaine when she was busted. Now, critically to this particular issue, on this date, November 27, now, she appeared in court via video link. Nayele pleaded guilty. And that was where the court in the United Kingdom convicted her and pushed the sentence onto another date. But between when she was convicted, November 27, and when the sentencing was done today, a lot of issues on this particular bust happened. Now, on November 30, 2 female accomplices of Nayele were remanded in police custody. I'm sure you remember that. And also on December 2014, Alhaji Mohammed Alamid Dawood was also arrested for allegedly aiding Nayele to go through the VVIP of the Kotoka International Airport. Now, the media had its fair share of this particular arrest there, because on December 8, a Ghanaian Times reporter, Edem Mensah, was physically assaulted by friends and relatives of the accomplices of Nayele who were at the court here in Accra in connection with this particular case. But today, the court in the UK sentenced Nayele to 8 years, 8 months in prison. The judge told the court that the cocaine was not to be used in the United Kingdom, but it was rather meant to be used in the Dominican Republic. Kamala Kuche put this together.
The sentence on Tuesday, January 6, comes after her guilty plea last month. According to reports, Nayele, a.k.a. Ruby Edujemfi, looked indifferent when the sentence was pronounced. Prosecutors said the substance had a purity of 76% with £1.8 million street value. Prosecutors also told the court Nayele had $23,000 and an additional £6,000 in her handbag, which was believed to be the payment for her courier services. Prosecutors said the drugs was not meant for the UK's consumption, as she was carting the cocaine to South America. But how did Nayele get to this point? On November 16, 2014, news broke of an arrest of a Ghanaian woman at the London Heathrow Airport for cocaine possession. Instantly, the story went viral. Nayele's nationality was questioned following her possession of both Ghanaian and Austrian passports. She was also alleged to have traveled with a diplomatic passport, a report government denied. 9 people were also arrested in connection with the case, including the Director of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abel Ashitiama. 3 others, 2 female alleged accomplices and 1 Alhaji Dawood, were also arrested. Alhaji Mohammed Dawood was alleged to have helped her through the VIP lounge of the Kotoka International Airport. A mother of 3, the 32-year-old, will serve at least half of the sentence before eligible for parole.
Right, so 8 years, 8 months in prison there. That's the UK court pronouncing the sentence for Nayele 12 kilogram cocaine there. Let's come back home because it was not all that easy in part of Accra here, especially where the young lady lived, because officials of NACOB, that is Narcotics Control Board, and the mother of Nayele Ametefe were involved in a fisticuff. The reason was that NACOB had gone there to post seizure notices on some property believed to be that of Nayele Ametefe. Now, we were told that the mother allegedly assaulted one of the officials of NACOB who had made a report to the airport police in Accra about the assault case. We managed to get this sound of the fisticuff that happened at the East Legon home of Nayele Ametefe in Accra.
Party recommending Caesar process. That is what I want you to be aware.
Then you start a process. You start a process.
That we are starting a process. That is what we mean. We are not saying that we are saying that people do it. We are not saying so that you it's a process. If you have any we won't understand. We will never understand. Okay. We will never understand. I don't know. You don't have to beat him. We are going to make a case against him. We are going to make an actual case against him.
Right, so that was the kind of confusion that ensued at the home, the East Legon home of Nayele Ametefe, between members of her family and officials of NACOB who had gone there to post seizure notices there. We'll very soon go to the United Kingdom and speak to Emmanuel Addo. He will tell us the mood of Ghanaians who went to court and how they're feeling. But let's speak to a former senior prosecutor, the Crown Prosecutor Service of the United Kingdom, J. Jemfi Godwin. He's just joined me on the phone. Good evening, sir, and thanks so much for your time.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. The line is not too clear, I'm afraid.
Right. Let's try and see if we can make do with what we have. So let's first of all look at the sentencing. 8 years, 8 months. Is it exactly 8 years, 8 months he's going to spend in jail?
First and foremost, it is important to know what her lawyer said in mitigation for the court to have sentenced her for 8 years, 8 months.
We're definitely going to come to that.
Sorry?
We're definitely going to come to that.
Okay, that's fine. She will not spend exactly 8 years in prison. She will do two-thirds. She will do 2/3 of the 8 years, 8 months. Now, if you do your maths, two-thirds from 8 years, 2 months works out to be something within the region of 5 years, 9 months, and few days before she'll be eligible for parole.
Right, great. So let's then come to what you earlier was talking about. 8 years, 8 months. Would you say that her lawyer might have put in a kind of a last-minute address that might have gotten her this kind of sentencing?
Sorry, I didn't quite get your question. The line is not too clear.
Right. We'll try hard. We're also working on the line to get a clearer one. But I'm asking that, did her lawyer put in some statements that eventually got her the 8 years?
Yes. First and foremost, she had a different lawyer from the first lawyer that she attended court with. Now, the lawyer put forward certain facts in mitigation, which obviously persuaded the judge to give her that sentence. I mean, in terms of what he said, he put forward that she's a vulnerable person because she has companions in the ruling elite and therefore could not return to Ghana. As I recall, he also said she has been duped by powerful people. She did it for financial gain, in that she was paid $23,000 and £6,000 to bring the narcotic into the United Kingdom. Now, the judge indicated that he found her to have played a significant role, and had she gone to trial and was found guilty, she would have received 13 years. So basically, the personal circumstances were taken into account, as indicated by the judge, and as a result of the personal circumstances, she was given that sentence. And I must also make it abundantly clear that under UK law, where you plead guilty at the first available opportunity, you will get a remission of 1/3. 1/3 off. Yeah. A reduction of 1/3.
Right. Let me quickly ask you this. Now, back home in Accra, there are concerns that her lawyer said, or Nayele said in court, that she has companions in the ruling elite. And so the concern is that we need to get to know these persons that she said she won't name. What is your reaction to that?
So I didn't quite hear your last sentence.
Let me try again.
Yes, please.
In court, Nayele said that she's friends with the ruling elite and some high persons in Ghana. Now, back home in Accra, the concerns are that the government of Ghana will need to know these persons because they need to get rid of these persons who are engaged in this trade. What is your reaction to that? And how can the Ghana government collaborate with the UK government to get such persons named?
First and foremost, let me just correct you. The word used by the lawyer was, if I can recall, powerful people, as well as companions in the ruling elite. The word powerful people were also used. Now, who these people are, I'm afraid I cannot really tell you because I don't have the information. But whereby an issue has come to the public domain and has gripped the public, and it is of public interest. Normally, from my experience over here, there's normally some kind of a public inquiry which will go into the matter in order to really find out the truth in the matter, if I may say so. However, her pleading guilty and her being sentenced, I'm very convinced that it will assist the investigators into the other suspects at large or her co-conspirators at large, because it is a very good lead for them to follow. She has admitted that there are people in the companions in the ruling elite and powerful people. So therefore, it is a lead for them to follow. That is the authorities to follow in order, as part of their investigation. There would have been a different matter altogether if she had adopted a mute position, i.e. not say anything. Then there will be no trail of inquiry to go upon. But she has spoken. So therefore there is a trail there or something for the authorities back in Ghana to go on.
And so, finally, you're suggesting that the Ghanaian government is likely, or Ghanaian authorities are likely to get the collaboration of UK authorities to deal with this.
Hello?
I'm asking that you're suggesting that Ghanaian authorities are likely to get collaboration from UK authorities to deal with this particular trail you're talking about.
Oh, yes. From my experience of working in the service for a decade, I, in my position as a senior Crown prosecutor back then, I often, when faced with such a case, I sought what is called mutual assistance. There is a mutual assistance vis-a-vis Ghana and the United Kingdom and other countries. I mean, for instance, in these cases, I have actually sought mutual assistance from countries such as Denmark, Nigeria, and including Ghana when I was when I was in a position as a senior Crown prosecutor in a drug trafficking case. So the assistance is there. The authority for the British government to assist the Ghana government or the Ghana authorities is there. In black and white, yes. And if a request was made, I am confident that the prosecution agency here or the Metropolitan Police here will assist.
Grateful to have you tonight to speak to Godwin Ejejemfi, former senior prosecutor of the Crown Prosecutor Service in the United Kingdom, talking to us. But I also try hard and try and speak to Emmanuel Ado. He is far away, also in the United Kingdom there, and he is engaging the mood of Ghanaians in the United Kingdom. He was in court. Emma is joining me via Skype, and he will soon be speaking to me. Emma, if you can hear me, grateful to have you to speak to tonight. Emmanuel, can you hear me? Well, difficult to reaching Emmanuel Ado there in the United Kingdom. We're trying hard to reach him via Skype there. And he is been gauging the mood of Ghanaians there in the United Kingdom. Emmanuel, grateful. If you can hear me, thanks so much for joining us. Hello, Emmanuel.
Hello.
Emmanuel, grateful. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. Right.
So, first of all, if you can hear me well now, just try and position yourself well for us so my viewers can see you there from the United Kingdom via Skype. Now, tell us, what is the mood of the Ghanaians that you have spoken to so far after Nayele got 8 years and 8 months in jail?
Yeah, actually, I must say that though we do feel embarrassed about this whole saga, but nevertheless, Ghanaians, you could see a bit of excitement and a bit of the fact that they are relieved that justice is at least served to clear the name of our country, Ghana. And I must quickly add that most of the Ghanaians that I spoke to Also praising the government of the Republic of Ghana's quick response to the investigation that was conducted and to the subsequent arrest of all the accomplices in this matter.
Then again, tell me, if Ghanaians are praising the government of Ghana for the arrest, Nayele in court mentioned that she has links to the high in society, suggesting that some of the ruling elites are her friends. How are the Ghanaians there also taking this particular issue that she raised in court? The fact that she is friends to the high, the powerful in Ghana.
I personally, I would say that was a rather unfortunate, and I want to believe that was because she wanted her plea to be the sentence to be reduced. So there is a confiscation hearing as well. So bringing all these matters together would definitely, probably some way or the other, go in her favor. But as I said, in that regard, there's been a mixed feeling that she made such a claim in court that she is, as a matter of fact, in bed, in court, with some top politicians and some government officials in bed, and etc., etc. I would say that was a serious allegation she made, or the council made in court today.
Just before I let you go, you said that the mood is mixed. Some excited, some feel bad because it's a Ghanaian who's been put in the code there. How is it impacting on your work, your social life around there?
The fact that we know, because people have been following the case in this country, and people are fully aware of the fact that the government of Ghana have made subsequent arrests in regards to this.
We've lost Emmanuel there. He was a guy there in the United Kingdom speaking to us via Skype. We lost him. We'll try and get him back. But not to also have gone, but we're gauging the mood of Ghanaians there, and especially with the sentencing of Nayele Ameteve to 8 years, 8 months in jail. We'll also be speaking to Godwin Akpadi, a legal practitioner, on what this particular sentence means back home, particularly the fact that some others, accomplices, alleged accomplices, are under trial here in Ghana, and so we'll get them. But let's try and pick the story and see if we can speak to some more legal brains and also drug experts on this particular issue.
It all started when Deputy Minority Leader was given the opportunity to contribute to the budget statement, but Dominic Nitiwil decided to do his own thing.
How on earth can anybody carry this 12 kilograms? Because look at this is 12 kilograms. How on earth can anybody carry this to an airport and nobody who can the person? Because look at 2 kilograms, 10 kilograms in a handbag. Mr. Speaker, 10 kilograms in a handbag.
This got the speaker infuriated.
I'm surprised at your approach. It doesn't show respect at all. With the greatest respect to all of you in this house, let us use the rules of the house.
The majority leader expressed his disappointment at the deputy minority leader.
I can assure you that in the minds of the people, Ghanaians, sticking cocaine on the majority will never stick. Never. Please. The innuendos. Please. Because
Right, so that was how Ghana's legislature reacted to the drug bust at the Heathrow Airport that has resulted in the sentencing of Nayele Ametefe to 8 years, 8 months in prison. We'll stay on this particular issue there. Let's try and speak to Araba Ahin. He's a drug expert and a former staff of the West African Commission on Drugs, and he's just joined us online. Madam Arabahin, grateful to have you tonight.
Yeah, hello. Okay, I'm happy to be here too.
And so let's stay on this drug issue. Ghana today, a citizen getting 8 years, 8 months in jail. Where do we place ourselves when it comes to the fight against drugs globally? Where can Ghana place itself?
Sorry, I missed that.
I'm asking that in terms of the fight against the drug trade, where can Ghana place itself, looking at what has just happened?
Sorry, I don't know whether the line is breaking, but I can hear. I heard the.
Right. Let's try quickly. We'll call you back. My producers will call you back and see if they can quickly rectify the line there. But we're trying hard to establish contact with a drug expert and a former staff of the West Africa Commission on Drugs. We're exploring the bigger picture of the fight against drug. And Nayele Ametefe going in for 8 years, 8 months in prison, and the fact that 12 kilograms of cocaine smuggled, the fact that the VVIP were told it's so porous that you can easily get in. That's according to the Narcotics Control Board. Let's speak to Arbahin if the line is better now. Arba, if you can hear me clearer. I was asking.
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
I was asking that in terms of the fight against the global drug trade, where can Ghana place itself?
Can Ghana place itself? Well, I suppose that we're doing something, but there's a long way to go. Well, you know, I explained to the one who called me earlier that as far as the West African Commission on Drugs was concerned, we need to place a lot more effort on dealing with the demand side of drugs than the supply, because there is a big emphasis placed on law enforcement and all of that, but very little is said about the people who are going for the drugs to consume. And so it is thought that if we do what we need to do to stem the demand, then perhaps, or very likely, based on experience from other countries, then it would affect the supply. Because on the supply side, as far as people is concerned, we find that many times it is the smaller fish, if you allow that expression. But in this case, where it seems like a big fish has been caught, it's also clear that it's not the very big fish, and it seems that we are not going to go far in any investigation.
Arbahin, sorry, I guess I would have to try and rectify the lines again. Hardly can we hear you in the studio there. But Arbahin is a drug expert and former staff of the West Africa Commission on Drugs there. When we are able to rectify the line, we'll get her back. Of course, we're trying to find out exactly where Ghana finds itself when it comes to the fight against drug, and also the fact that if the commitment in fighting the drug trade is waning in Ghana, especially when the Narcotics Control Board is saying that there is so much lousiness at the VVIP section of the Kotoka International Airport. That's how we're wrapping up the big one, but we'll hang on and try and see if we can get Araba's line clearer now. So, Araba, if you're back, is the line better now? Sorry, when we get Araba, we'll bring her back.